Woo! We almost made it to Friday. It's Friday Eve. So, we're at the end. Don't worry, guys. We made it. Let me just listen. You know how I do this. I like to listen to what you guys hear. So, I'm going to be pulling this up real quick. Listen. And I got some different music today. I got this suspense stream today. Hang on. There we go. I don't know if I'm feeling this, actually. Now let's change it. It's more, this is more like horror game, I feel like, not so much this game. I kind of like the vibes that I had before, but I don't want the same exact thing. Um, I like the EDM. That was pretty cool. I did like that. Maybe I'll put that back on. So let's check that. By the way, these are Streamlabs playlists, so these are good for streaming. If you stream, they're free. It's free music, so you don't have to worry about them pulling your stream down or copyright or any of that. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I like this. Yeah, I like this. This'll do. Alright, so let's I stretched my screen a hair, changed it a little bit. You'll notice it doesn't take up the whole screen anymore. But I was kind of upset that my dart game was cut off, so you couldn't see what I was doing, and I'm actually gonna go back and play that. That's love that I'm gonna go back and do that just to put a tutorial up on that. So if you ever want to play this, I'll try to give you just a little brief thing on the darts, how they work, right? But we're supposed to go to this old Sherman's place, right? And here's the problem. Yeah, I don't see it on my map, so I'm a little upset here. So, I didn't do something. There's something that I did not do. Maybe if I go look at the pictures in the bar again, I'm wondering. Yeah, I totally forgot to do something. Yeah, this music, I like this vibe. I'm digging it. We got this. I mean, it's definitely not Sherlock Holmes music, but it's music I can vibe to. It's music y'all can vibe to. You know what I'm saying? So I did karate tonight, did my workout. Feeling really good, feeling really pumped, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what's that? Oh, duh, that's just something on there. I'm an idiot. Okay. That's cool, whatever. Oh, we gotta go to the Covent Garden. Where the frick was that again? Um, yeah, I don't remember. There it is, the flowers. Let me see if this is too loud. Just checking again, making sure my music's not too loud. Now that's like my, I'm afraid of that ever since it happened to me before. So. Okay, so we're gonna go back in here. Hello again. Come back to buy some flowers from Leslie, have you? Tuppence for a bunch of violets. No, we're not doing that, Leslie, because the game said no, we're done with you. We're not doing it. let's look at all the pictures, I guess. The landlord, as a younger man, stands next to a sweet-faced woman of advancing years in the midst of Queen Victoria's 30th anniversary celebration in 1867. She's dressed in a simple black dress, and he in the grandiose, and now obsolete, garb of a ticket taker on the London Underground transit system. The soldier in the picture is a youthful version of the landlord himself, wearing a ribbon, indicating he's in his first year of service in India. In the picture, dated 9 March 1865, the soldier wears the uniform and the regimental insignia of the 1st Bangalore Fusiliers. They were known for their exceptionally long tours abroad, never less than 5 years, unless death or disgrace brought them back sooner. Wow. Well, that feels good, doesn't it? Unless death or disgrace, that's the only way you get out, sucker. The head of an enormous Bengal tiger. A taxidermist of only modest competence was unable to properly match the creature's yellow-green eyes. The moth-eaten condition of the head has not contributed to the bearing of the once noble beast. That's pretty messed up, right? Ooh, a snakeskin. A large specimen of the Indian cobra, Naja Naja, is tacked to the wall. Its characteristic voluminous hood is marked with the eye pattern, which has long fascinated the native audiences of snake charmers. Cool. Alright, mahogany bar, I don't know. Its scarred, pitted, and sticky surface suggests uncounted drunken brawls, a pond of spilled beer, and a salty stream of tears shed at the telling of a multitude of tragic tales. Yep, drinking is not good for you. That's for sure. Should we talk to him again? We must have missed something, I feel like. We already did that. Exit. Who's this guy? Did we talk to the bouncer? Maybe we didn't talk to the bouncer. Yep. Good evening, my man. Perhaps you could render some assistance. I'm looking for a young man whom I have reason to believe frequents this establishment. We already found that out. You what? That's what I say. I'm seeking vitally important information. Can you help me? Sorry, Gov. We got no Lou here. Holmes, I believe we've exhausted this chap's vocabulary, if not his knowledge. That's rude. Good evening, sir. Have you seen anything unusual lately? I seen Bill Talbot sober and taking a beer with his wife. Okay. No. Sir, could I have a moment of your time? A moment? What is a moment but an eternity in God's eye? Would you ask for more than a mortal man can give? My ma'am always gave me a warm scarf to keep out the chill. Have you seen my ma'am? That one is deep in his cups, Holmes. So it would seem, Watson. Perhaps another time we'll find him a bit more coherent. Let's see if that shit's there now. We looked around, I mean... Unless, what's the fence? Do we open the fence? Because we can get to it. Special flowers for that special person, good sirs. Only tuppence a bunch. Nope. Let's try to open the fence, maybe? No, okay. Alright, so let's see if that shit comes now that we talked to the bouncer. I don't know. Nope, it's supposed to be like right here. So we didn't do something, and I don't know what we didn't do. Maybe something at the chemist? I don't know. I know we're just supposed to talk to the guy. We did that. Then we're supposed to go to the taxidermist. We did that. Don't know, man. Might I have another word or two with your assistant? Speak to him by all means, if you must, but I can't imagine how he can help you. Alright, let's try this one more time. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know, talk to Watson. Be like, yo, Watson, what's the deal? You're smart. How can we effectively scour the Surrey commercial docks for Blackwood? Perhaps the redoubtable canine Toby can help. Yeah, this is what I need. Indeed, Watson. He must be able to pick up the Blackwood scent. Yeah, I'm really digging these vibes right now. See if it comes out. Yep, that's what I needed. That was it. All we had to do was talk to Watson. It's like perfect carriage riding music, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so now we got Toby, Badger, Old Sherman. Greetings, Sherman. I trust you find well. I find you well. Whatever. Oh, it's you, Sherlock. What a surprise. And you brought Dr. Watson. How nice. I hope you've paid your respects to the animals. They always like to see old friends. Regrettably, we're not on a social call. We have need of your treasure's extraordinary skill. Oops. I should like to borrow him then. Thank you, old friend. Of course, Sherlock. And here, you'll need his leash. Alright, so we got this dog. It's cool, right? Alright. I mean, we're not too far from the end at this point, so this is cool. Good thing we found it. Where is Toby? Toby? A bad-tempered, though toothless stout, snaps, snarls, and yips from the inside of the cage. The door is unfastened, so she presumably has the run of the place and uses the cage as her bedroom. Is this Toby? Though clearly a sort of pet, this badger is hardly tame. He continuously hisses, claws the floor, and bares his teeth when anyone, including old Sherman, comes within 10 feet of him. Alright, so where the fuck is, Toby? Stop. Do we, like, go to him again? Where's Toby? Oh, he's right there. Okay. He, like, blends in so well. He's like a damn crocodile. Or not crocodile, alligator. You ever go out and see them? Alright. The dog is ungainly, brown and white, long-haired, floppy-eared mongrel. Half spaniel, half greyhound, with a steady eye and a waddling gait. He's known by a select few to be the best tracking dog in England and perhaps the whole of Europe. Alright, we need our leash. Use that on him, right? Let's see what it says if you try to use the knife on him. You can't do that. Ah, damn it. We were hungry. Right? They're eating the dogs in Ohio. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. No, I'm just kidding. We're not in Ohio, so I guess we can't do it. That's what I meant. It should be like, you can't do that. You're not in Ohio. You're in London. They don't eat dogs and cats there. Alright. We're on the docks. We're on the docks. Alright, let's see. So, okay. He's in there, Watson. I'd stake my life on it. I've never known Toby to err. Alright. Oh, pick up the hammer so we can beat the guy over the head. That works perfectly. Manifest. According to the ship's manifest, the Carthago carried a load of olive oil from Cadiz, but a simple sniff of the offloaded cargo indicates something stronger than olive oil filled those barrels. I'm gonna grab that too, because why not? Never know when you're gonna have to, like, tie somebody up. See if they say if there's poop in it. The sparkling river's true condition can be guessed by looking at the refuse strewn along its banks. You know. Let's see. The unmarked oak cask has the standard 36 imperial gallon capacity. The bung of the barrel is missing. Okay. Let's see. Excuse me. Climbing up on top of the barrel, you see that this is a standard tin water bucket of the type used for swabbing decks. There is a thin rope attached to the handle. Oh. Okay, now we gotta pick up this rag. And we use that on the winder. The dry rag only smears the grime. If anything, visibility is now worse than before. Alright, so is there any water in this bucket? Is there like water in any of these things? Let's see. Oh, we have to use it on the nasty ass river. That's gross, right? It's filled with poop and everything. I kind of don't even like looking at it in a game. You ever heard of the Great Stink? Yeah, it was like when it all was like too much, all the sewage, and yeah, it was gross. Gross times, my friend. Alright, where's our bucket? Stacked barrels conceal part of the room. A plank has been propped up against the inside of the door to keep it shut. Further into the warehouse, two men are conferring. One of them is wearing a top hat and matches Blackwood's description. He looks furtively around the warehouse. The other man examines a large pendant. Interesting. Is that Sarah's pendant by any chance? Alright. Here we go. Use the hammer on the door. Watson, a crime is being perpetrated in our very midst. We must apprehend the criminals. I will need your assistance. Stand at the ready. He's got balls, I'll give him that. Doesn't even ask those Scotland Yard people. He's just like, yo, I got this crap. Nice. Here we go. Look at these chaps. Get him, Holmes. Do it. Yes. Dude, he's like in shape and everything too. Whoops ass. Yes, he does. Lestrade is holding Blackwood at Bow Street on the charge of selling stolen property. While he's interested in how Sarah Caraway's jewelry came into Blackwood's possession, he's not convinced that there are grounds to issue a formal charge of murder yet. The man is a stupid and lazy cur, Watson. I swear he will drive me to distraction. Does he expect that I should do all his work for him? Perhaps your criticism of his handling of the Collins bungalow murder still rankles. The assertion that a reasonably intelligent child of 6 could have solved the case in half an hour did not sit well with him. Perhaps, though it was true, his procedure was so sloppy it almost made me weep. So, Watson, it would seem a face-to-face with Mr. Blackwood is in order. What do you say? Lead on, Holmes. Though I suspect Mr. Blackwood may have lost his tongue. Perhaps you can think of a way to make him talk. That's exactly what we're gonna do, Watson. Alright, so now we gotta go. It should show up on our map. Let us resume our investigation, Watson. I'm prepared to follow you anywhere, Holmes. He's like our best buddy, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody needs a Watson in their life. I said it yesterday, I'm saying it again. Everybody needs their own personal Watson. Everybody. Alright, let's see. Where's this place? Where the hell is Bow Street? I have no idea. I wonder if, like, you know London, if this game is, like, easier. You know what I'm saying? No. Probably, right? I don't know. The shit's probably still the same, right? So. Let's talk to this gentleman. I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Oh yeah? I'm pleased I am to make your acquaintance, your worship, but you'll have to push off. Only official personnel is allowed down here. Inspector Lestrade has given us permission to speak with your prisoner. No offense, Your Honor, but I'll need more than your say-so and sharpish-like mind. Otherwise my superior will have my hide. It is urgent that I speak with Inspector Gregson immediately. Then hike off to Scotland Yard urgently. I've never seen Gregson in Bow Street for all the 17 years I've worked here. Interesting. Oh boy. Alright, we have to go to Scotland Yard. It's annoying as shit. Alright. Let's go, Watson. Let's go deal with that shit. Good thing it's right there, you know? That might just be annoying. Might just be a little annoying. Alright, let's see. Let's go inside. See what's up. Good day, Constable. It is indeed Mr. Holmes. Alright, let's go and talk to this guy and be like, let us in, bro. Let's have this guy write it for us. He likes us. I tried to speak with one of the prisoners being held at Bow Street Court. And Hastings won't let you in. Say no more, Mr. Holmes. That one takes his duties a bit too serious to my way of thinking. I believe he'd pull his cosh on the Queen herself if she came in without a pass. Here you are. This should satisfy him. Thank you, Sergeant. Alright, let's go back to that guy and be like, yo, what's good? Why won't you let us talk to this guy? Oh my god, my foot hurts so bad. I cut my foot. Like, not cut it, but like when you get those skin burns from like kicking the bag. Ooh, hurts so bad. Very good, Mr. Holmes. You and Dr. Watson may enter. I'm gonna talk to this guy. I have evidence that will put a rope around your neck before Christmas, Blackwood. Confess. Your reputation for subtlety is undeserved, Mr. Holmes. You can hardly threaten a man who is about to die. Never mind, the threat is bogus in any case. I've only been charged with stolen property. The stolen property charge is a temporary expedient, Mr. Blackwood. Soon you'll be indicted for murder in the first degree. Now there's a friendly word. Once the English judicial system traps a capital criminal in its capacious maw, it chews on him like a piece of tough mutton. And after it breaks him down, it unceremoniously spits him out like a repulsive piece of gristle. Would you not wish to spare yourself that aggravation? Mr. Blackwood, your situation is precarious, to put it mildly. Do you have anything to say to mitigate your crime? Anything that might save you from the hangman? Mr. Holmes, it was an accident, I swear. I didn't mean to kill that girl. I was hired to find a letter that she was supposed to be holding. What was in the letter? Haven't the foggiest. I never found it. I searched her digs and her dressing room and came up empty. So I held her up outside the theater, figuring she had it on her. Blackwood, you murdered the woman. Why, if you merely wanted to rob her? I'm getting to that. She panicked, see, and I got overexcited. I sliced her to make her stop screaming, but it's my training, understand? I went for the carotid artery. She was dead in seconds. Then I tried to make it look like the Ripper done it, cut her up and took her jewelry. So that the job wasn't a total loss. What a sordid story. A simple robbery turns into the heinous murder of a young woman. What could be worse? Since you asked, it turns out that Sarah Caraway was the wrong girl. She's a redhead, you see. I was supposed to be looking for her sister, Anna Caraway, who's a blonde. It's Anna who supposedly has the letter. How did you discover your error? Party that hired me. Old gent. Very high tone, if you know what I mean. He became very agitated when I described Sarah, and after I told him she didn't have the letter and that she was deceased, he yells, "Sarah?" says he. "You idiot! It's Miss Anna Caraway who has the letter." "I beg your pardon," says I, "but you never told me her Christian name. You just said her name was Caraway. The nerve of some people. I just left him standing there in St. James Park, fuming at the sky." Who is this gentleman? Said his name was Fitzroy, but I'm certain that's a lie. People lie when they need my services. It's a sad commentary on human nature, isn't it? Why did he hire you? I've got a tiny reputation among the upper classes. I've done halfpenny, strong-arm stuff, a touch of blackmail, and the odd bit of dealing goods without the benefit of a sales receipt. But I never killed. Until now. It was an accident, I swear. Swear no more, Mr. Blackwood. Let the facts tell the tale. It would seem, Mr. Blackwood, that you recovered the letter you were hired for after all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Holmes? Anna had given the letter to Sarah for safekeeping. It was hidden in the pendant you took from her that night you murdered her. Now, if you expect any leniency at all, you will reveal the whereabouts of your friends. Ironic, isn't it, Holmes? I do my job and get the rope for it. Well, it won't do me any good where I'm going. Talk to a party by the name of Jameson. He has a pawn shop on the other side of the river. A perfect front for his line of work. He and I have had a few business dealings over the years. He's a clever brute and pretty well connected. You have anything more to tell us, Mr. Blackwood? Coughed up everything I know. I hope you can save me from swinging. Truth to tell, Blackwood, I doubt it. But you knew that, didn't you? You may feel better with a clear conscience. I, unfortunately, do not. Dick, right? So, it wasn't Jack the Ripper. It was this dude. You heard the story, and he made it look like Jack the Ripper. So this story is kind of what I really like about this game, and like the story of it that's interesting to me is like, you know, Jack the Ripper, like how many of those things were just like women murdered that they made it, oh, they're looking for this guy, let me just make it look like that, you know? Not like copycats even, just like, oh, I'll get away with killing this woman and whatever, you know what I'm saying? Done. So, it's just kind of messed up. Can we leave now or what? Yeah, let's go. Come on, Monson. You know, it was a really, really rough time for women back then, especially. You know? There was really little they could do to make money if they didn't have a husband, and a lot of women were sex workers, and they were basically doing it just to get a room for the night or some food. It's pretty freaking sad, actually. So, alright, here we go. Jameson. Would like to buy a few items and perhaps some information. All items are priced as marketed, though prices are negotiable. Information will certainly carry a slightly higher price tag. unless you simply require directions. I've good reason to believe that you have recently come into illegal possession of an oval-shaped ivory pendant on a heavy gold chain. You may have reason to believe, sir, but do you have evidence? Let me see, what could we say? I do indeed. George Blackwood himself gave me your name from his cozy cell in Bow Street. You would believe the word of an incarcerated criminal, sir? You are a fool. Good day. Okay. I do not believe that I would have much difficulty in convincing the police that you were an accessory after the fact to the murder of the young woman whose pendant you received. Murder? Now let's not be hasty. I recall the pendant. I didn't know it was stolen. I can't determine the true provenance of every item in the shop. I can't guarantee the legitimacy of every transaction. I'm a man of business. I rely on the good faith of my... Save it for Inspector Lestrade, Mr. Jameson. Where's the pendant? I sold it almost right after. I got hold of it to a private inquiry agent named Moorhead. He knows me, knows I deal with a certain class of goods, if you take my meaning. He keeps an office in the city. You could find him there, I suppose. That's all I know of him. Has anybody else approached you about the pendant? I remind you to be frank with me. Now that you mention it, yes. Shortly after I sold the pendant to Moorhead, one of my regular clients came looking for a pendant. Though he used different means than you, he persuaded me to tell him who I sold it to. What is this so-called gentleman's name? Hunt. Robert Hunt. What do you know about him? As little as possible, if you take my meaning. He's what's known in my business as rough trade. Let's see if there's anything we can do in this place before we leave it. Nope, we just talked to him. Alright, so now we gotta go to Moorhead. Oh, interesting. Now I remember who that is. Alright. I'm not telling. I'm not telling. Okay, where's this place? Detective agency. Who hired a private detective? Anna, remember? Miss Granger, we're assisting the police in an investigation of a criminal matter. May we examine Mr. Moorhead's office? Certainly not. Even if I could give you my permission, you couldn't get in. Mr. Moorhead always locks the door when he leaves. He says you can break into that office with a hammer. Oh shit, they must have heard about us. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. We wish to speak with one of the principals, preferably Mr. Moorhead. I'm Violet Granger, confidential assistant to the gentleman. Let me see if Mr. Moorhead is available. Mr. Moorhead, there's a Mr. Sherlock Holmes here to see you. Mr. Moorhead, hello? He must have stepped out while I was on my tea break. Ah, yes, here's a note. Back in an hour or two. H.M. You can leave your card if you like. Might we speak to Mr. Gardner, then? No, Mr. Gardner hasn't been in today, which is most aggravating, if you'd like to know. Why are you perturbed with Mr. Gardner, if I may ask? Because I'm bursting with curiosity, that's why. A client, who must remain nameless, you understand, summoned him to a midnight rendezvous at the zoo in Regent's Park. I saw the telegram. There was some nonsense about bringing her jewelry, but I know what she was about, and so did Mr. Gardner. He left here with a smile on his face. Mr. Moorhead and I had quite a laugh about it. Mr. Gardner's a bachelor, you know. He has... Was that client Miss Anna Carroway? However did you know that? You know where we're headed. Mm-hmm. Here we go. I'm going to the zoo, baby. I want to go visit Toby again. Okay, the zoo. Place has this like everywhere, huh? Good morning, Constable. I've never known one of Inspector Gregson's men to draw a zoo duty. Ah, it's you, Mr. Holmes. There's been a spot of trouble here, but we have it well in hand. We're limiting access to the zoo until we complete our investigation. What has happened? Well, confidential like, a man has been killed under mysterious circumstances, if you take my meaning. Indeed I do. Perhaps Inspector Gregson could use some assistance. I'm sure he could, Mr. Holmes, though he's not likely to admit it. He's in a foul mood today, sir. Watch your step, won't you? You'll find him blustering around the elephant's cage. Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, go right in. Why doesn't he just become a cop? Well, we know. We've seen it, so that's cool. Alright, let's see. Okay. Oh boy. Alright, let's see. Look at the elephant. Those were like amazing graphics back then. Oh shit. Ah, Mr. Holmes, come to put your tuppence in, have you? Very public-spirited, I'm sure. Might as well have a look at this then. I know you won't leave until you do. Wow, that's fucking rude. I thought we were buddies before. There are several wounds slashed across the lapels of his jacket. A good deal of tearing is evident. These tears appear in a pattern reminiscent of large claw marks. Interesting. The leg seems to have been broken by a fall rather than by a human assault. Maybe he was attacked by an animal. Ah, Mr. Holmes, nosing around a criminal investigation as usual. Come here for a moment, won't you? Why we gotta talk to these people? What can you tell me about how he was killed? I'm sure you'll have opinions of your own about that. You usually do. Good morning, Inspector. What do we have here? Deceased, John Doe. Stiff as the proverbial upper lip. Dead 8 hours at least, from a crushing blow to the head. His pockets have been emptied. Robbery, I imagine. That's what you think, huh? Have you discovered anything else, Inspector? Nothing I can tell an amateur. Oh, for real? Okay, let's show him. Should we show him? Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's show him. There's more to this than meets the eye, Holmes. I'm surprised to see you take it so lightly. I'm not. Oh. Gross. Hang on. Oh. Wait a minute. Because we can't go in there. Let's check it out. Uh-oh. Get it. A small shiny object reflects the morning sunlight. It appears to be partially covered with mud. It is not possible from this distance to identify the object or to even speculate about its actual size. yeah, we're not gonna, like, you know. Where's our hook? Hmm? I'm not going in there with that guy. Hmm. Can we beat the lion? What happened to all that rope I took? Hmm. I guess we just tell them we found it. Because I'm not going in there with him. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. Hmm. Wait, who do we talk to? Oh. Now we can talk to this guy. Uh-huh. Alright. Yeah, these cops suck. But how do I get in there? Yeah, that's how I need to go. Hmm. Oh. Maybe I need to, like, go do all this? Examine the corpse? Maybe I didn't do that. Oh. The body of a middle-aged man lies in the characteristic pose of death. The head is turned to the side, and one knee is slightly drawn up. His black hair is matted by dry blood where his skull has been severely crushed. His clothes are very dirty. They are of decent quality. The left trouser leg is ripped and frayed, exposing some deep lacerations and punctures. Oddly, there is very little blood surrounding any of the victim's wounds. Where was he killed, Inspector, and why have you moved the body? Mr. Holmes, you always proceed immediately to the crux of the matter. I just told the lad that this body's been moved, but how did you know? Given his head wound, there ought to be more blood on the ground where he fell. Ah, what? Ah, yes, exactly my thought. He was certainly not done in here, then. Correct. It was somewhere damp and dirty, and he was moved by a small person. Oh yeah? Next you'll be telling me what he had for his last tea. Given time, perhaps, I can tell you now that he was an inquiry agent by profession. A dark-eyed, left-handed bachelor, an ex-policeman, and a very foolish fellow. He was murdered by a hired killer. Mr. Holmes, you exhaust my goodwill and try my patience when you talk like that. You surely do. Do I look like an idiot? You don't know all those things. You can't. You're just trying to show me up. Perhaps you better move along. Remember, interference in police matters is a criminal offense. You lately said that you never received interest in cases, Gregson. I'm sure even you can see that such a remark was at best premature. Too much pride is not a good thing, Inspector. Good day. Maybe now we could talk to this guy. Yeah, finally. Mm-hmm. Guy's place a mess. What can I do for you, gentlemen? Get those dumbasses out of here? Mr. Hollingston, I'm Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Could you tell us, please, who found the body? I almost tripped over it when I came to work this morning. Talk about starting the day on the wrong foot. When are the animal cages cleaned out? About 6 p.m. while the animals are being fed. Why do you ask? Could anyone in your staff have seen the murdered man? As I told the inspector, everyone except Simon Kingsley leaves the premises at 7 p.m. M. Simon doesn't have much to do with people, but has an unusual rapport with all the animals. Felix the lion is a special friend. Passing strange if you ask me, but there it is, to each his own. Since Simon didn't sound the alarm, I'm assuming he saw nothing. May we have Mr. Kingsley's address? There are 1 or 2 points I would like him to clear up for me. Of course, he lives alone in a flat in St. John's Wood. The address is 241 Grove End Road, just opposite Lord's. I should say that Inspector Gregson seemed quite uninterested in Simon. Somehow that doesn't surprise us. Is there anything else you can tell us concerning this regrettable incident, Mr. Hollingston? No, I'm afraid you've exhausted my meager store of information. Alright, so... Alright, so we're done here. M and O. Okay. I guess we can take that, huh? Alright. That's alright, we don't need it. I don't tell this clown, he's a dumbass like the other one. Watch him talk shit as we leave. Alright. Alright, let's see. Where is the flat? Simon Kingsley. Well, I think we know what happened, right, guys? Think about it. Hello, gentlemen. What may I do for you? We would like to ask you a few questions regarding a murder that happened at the zoo last night while you were on duty. Please come in and make yourselves comfortable. We're sorry to disturb you, Mr. Kingsley. A man was savagely murdered at the zoo last night. Did you observe anything unusual during your tour of the grounds? A murder? During my watch? You don't say. A man named Gardner was found outside the managing director's office, but he was not killed there. Where then? We were hoping you could tell us. No, I'm sorry. I don't know anything about it. You have a reputation for knowing a lot about animals. Could one of them have been responsible for Mr. Gardner's death? Never, unless they were provoked. No, never. Interesting. Oh no. A well-worn pair of Marks and Spencer brogans, size 9. The edge of the soles and part of the uppers are encrusted with mud. Several coarse reddish-brown hairs are stuck in the mud. A photograph of Felix, the famous lion of Regent's Park Zoological Garden. The photograph has been professionally tinted to replicate the beast's natural coloring. The artist possessed less than modest skills. When did you last clean Felix's cage? Last night, about 6 or 6:30? You care for several species of animals, Mr. Kingsley. Surely you have a favorite. It's no secret that I have a special relation with Felix. That's no crime. And you'd try to protect him if you thought he was in trouble. I would try. What if I were to tell you that I've seen enough to assure me that Felix was not responsible for Gardner's death? He wasn't. I mean, of course he wasn't. Let's be frank, Mr. Kingsley. You moved Gardner's body from Felix's cage, did you not? What happened? I assure you I bear no ill will, nor Felix either, for that matter. We can keep your story just between us. Please remember that another person's safety may depend on your veracity. I thought I'd been very clever. Now I know better. Here's what happened, I swear. I heard Felix making a commotion about 10 o'clock, and I went to calm him. I found him gnawing a dead man's leg. This Gardner fella had fallen or jumped into his cage and Felix had killed him. Lions are very territorial, you know. I dragged the corpse out of the pit and put him outside the MD's office. I just couldn't carry him any further. Then I cleaned Felix's pit the best I could in the dark. I didn't want Felix to be down for something that really wasn't his fault. Gardner was either drunk or he committed suicide. Actually, it was neither, Mr. Kingsley. He was, as I said, murdered. And his murderer wanted to make it look like Felix was the perpetrator. How insidious. People really are disgusting. Is there anything else you can tell us, Simon? No, I think I've told all. I'm so happy Felix won't be blamed. Simon, I need to examine something in Felix's cage. Would it be possible for you to occupy Felix so that I may go down into the pit? Of course, if you think it's important. Maybe a matter of a young woman's life or death. I'll get dressed and meet you at Felix's cage. Fine, we'll return there immediately. Thank you. Alright, so there you have it. Nice one, right? They're like, oh, I'll just throw it in there. I mean, that's a good idea. Why not? I bet all the criminals in London hate Sherlock Holmes. They're like, fuck. Because the cops are dumb. They're just like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. The guy was drunk and he fell in the cage and he was eaten, you know, whatever the hell. Like, or he was robbed, you know, they're just so dumb. Or they're like, it was Jack the Ripper! Like, fuck everything else. It was Jack the Ripper. Like, 100%. And he didn't even bother to, like, investigate anything else, you know what I'm saying? The police. Like, Lestrade, he didn't even bother. He didn't even know the sister, nothing. Alright, can we go down now? How do we get in the cage? I guess we just climb. Watch the lion, like, sees Holmes and goes crazy. Gotta get the hell out quick, you know what I'm saying? Look at them, they're like homies, you know? Cool. Everybody's gotta have friends, you know what I'm saying? Everybody. A gold-plated pocket watch attached to a fine gold chain. The latch is encrusted with mud and there's a small dent in the bottom edge. Otherwise, it's in good condition. Opening the watch reveals an inscription. A piece of paper is attached to the inside of the lid, just below the inscription. You remove the piece of paper for further examination. A piece of paper with the numbers 111786 neatly printed in a bold masculine hand. F. Gardner, 25 years of loyal service. That's sad. Right? Alright, so now we gotta go back to the detective agency. I don't even think we, like, need to say goodbye to these people. We just take off and be like, yo, fuck you, dude. Have fun with your boyfriend. You know, one-aught. Let me see, I'm checking my stream. See how it's all going. Alright, so now we have to go back to the detective agency. To the detective agency we go. We're almost at the end of the game. This is why the cops never solve anything, because they don't go anywhere. They just like stay at Scotland Yard. They're like, blah, blah, blah. Alright, now. A framed photo taken from the Aberdeen Illustrated Gazette. The picture shows a stern-faced provincial constable and carries the caption, Officer Gardner foils burglary attempt. The man is of middle years and of otherwise undistinguished appearance. It is imperative that we see Mr. Moorhead, Miss Granger. I'm sorry you just missed him, Mr. Holmes. He was very upset when he left. Do you know where he's gone? No, a boy delivered a message, which Mr. Moorhead read privately. He asked me to shut the office door on my way out, which usually means he's opening the safe. A minute later, he left without saying a word. Do you have a key for the office door? No, Mr. Moorhead and Mr. Gardner have the only keys as far as I know. Perhaps we could set it from Miss Gardner's body at the zoo. Get it. Inspector Gregson must still be there. Watson, I'm sorry to inform you like this. Miss Granger, oh wait. Oh, that's dreadful. Who could have done such a thing? Alright, this is what we're supposed to do. It's pretty funny. How fucked up is that? There you go. There's our key. And she doesn't even say anything. She just sits there. That's crazy. Alright. Oh my goodness. It's a long day. I can't believe she didn't even like yell at it. Here it is, Watson. A sinister message indeed. Listen. Be on platform number 2 at the St. Pancras station in 10 minutes if you want to see your partner or your client again. Bring the pendant. Come alone. I'll be watching you. There's not a moment to lose, Watson. St. Pancras will be deserted by the time of day. At this time of day. It's in a very safe place where you'll never find it. Never. What? Will you risk the lives of 2 others as well as your own for a cheap pendant? You're a bigger fool than I thought. You're right, I am a fool, to come here alone and unarmed. You are a fiend, Hunt. My guess is that Frederick and Miss Carroway have already met their maker. You can join them. Oh shit. Stop right there, Hunt. You've been nicked by Sherlock Holmes. Damn. Ah, the famous Scotland Yard Jack-in-Office. Pretend copper. You're less than a boil on my backside to my way of thinking. We shall see, Mr. Hunt, we shall see. Where, incidentally, is Miss Carroway? Never heard of her. She's alive, and you tell us where she can be found, the law may go easier on you. Pull the other one, Holmes. The law's got nothing on me. Dr. Watson and I witnessed your execution of ex-constable Moorhead. Nonsense! That lunatic attacked me, and in the struggle he fell under the train. Scotland Yard, I'm sure, will have a different interpretation of the events. Let him. It's your word against mine. Besides, I'll make it my personal business to connect you with the disappearance and murders of Anna Carraway and Frederick Gardner. Don't make promises you can't keep, you silly sod. Gardner got eaten by lions, is what I heard. You'll never place me at the scene, as the Yard boys say. Now, since you're not a real copper and a bit of a dim bulb, in the bargain, I'll learn you one more thing. You'll never find the Carraway woman alive, and without her, you have no evidence. So, Mr. So-called detective, I might become better acquainted with the Old Bailey, but you'll tie nothing on me that will hold fast. Dartmoor prison will never see my face again. Quite right. You'll hang in Newgate, if I know anything of British justice. As for you, Holmes, I'll make you pay for sticking your nose in my affairs. I will have my revenge. That's a promise. So many have said so, yet here I stand. You're going to the Bow Street Police Court, Mr. Hunt. I hope you're not particular about your accommodations. Where do you live, by the way? Stuff it. He sucks, right? We must find Miss Carraway, Watson, and hope that she's still alive. Of course, Holmes. But how best to proceed? Perhaps a visit to Bow Street and a chat with our Mr. Hunt. Remember, too, that Moorhead's secretary spoke of a safe in his office. If he ever had the pendant in his possession, it's likely that's where we'll find it now. Brilliant as usual, Holmes. Shall we go? All right. Return to the hunt, huh, Watson? As you say, Holmes, return by all means. Alright, so we know where to find the pendant now. It's in the safe. And we have the combination from the paper that was inside the pocket watch. It's so sad those guys died, though. This whole story is very sad. Oh my goodness. It was a long day. It was a long week. I'm so glad it's Friday tomorrow. I guess we just like walk in there now. This chick doesn't care her bosses are dead, you know? She doesn't even like say anything. It's like, what the hell? For real? She literally says nothing. Alright, let's see. Where's the safe? Okay, so you move that. IOU 12 4s 2D HM. Okay. What can we move here? Okay. There we go. Not too slick, bro. Alright, let's see. 11/17/86. Inside the safe is a leather case. The case contains a solid ivory oval, approximately 3 inches in the long dimension, attached to a heavy gold chain. The clasp of the chain is broken. A bird of some sort has been etched into the ivory. Let's see what this thing finally looks like, right? Close inspection reveals sliding panels on the sides. When moved, they cause the pendant to open. Inside is a piece of high-quality stationery folded several times. Can we open it? Here we go. The letter reads, Dear Anna, as my death approaches, I wish to atone in a small way for the grievous wrong that has been done to you. I played a part in that wrong, and I beg your forgiveness. If you should ever want to legally establish your true relation as Paul Brumwell's mother, this testament and good solicitor will help. You will risk incurring the wrath of Lord Brumwell should the truth be made known. Tread carefully, my dear, and forgive me. Dr. Theodore Smithson, longtime friend and physician to the Brumwell family, delivered a male child on 24 May 1878 at Brumwell Manor. The mother of that child, later named Paul, was Anna Carraway, a house servant. The father of the child was Lord Brumwell himself. I participated in the conspiracy to make London society and the world think that Paul was in fact the legitimate child of the childless Lady Brumwell. Anna was retained as a wet nurse and later as a nanny to the boy. When it became clear that the child had become attached to her, she was cruelly dismissed with the warning that if she ever told the truth of the matter, she would be destroyed by the Brumwell power. My hope is that I have finally done the right thing. I regret that it has taken my impending death to force me to action. This confession is witnessed by my solicitor, Provincial Hinchcliffe, signed Dr. Theodore Smithson. Alright, so there you go. That's what the letter is. So it is a very important letter. Mr. Granger believes there's a state. Oh, yeah, we know. Okay, we know. Okay. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Let's get the hell out of here then. Come on, bro. Alright, can we get out? Thank you. I want to get out of here. Alright, how do we get the hell out? Alright. I guess we move the chair back? I don't know. Alright, now can we get out? Alright, we don't want to talk to Watson. Alright, whatever. Let's go. Alright, now we gotta go to Brumwell's house and go tell him we know his deal. He's a piece of shit. And we're almost done. We've literally got like 2 things to do and then we're all good. Alright, so we gotta go to this guy's house. Messed up, right? He stole this lady's baby because the guy's a piece of shit. Poor girl. And then her sister gets murdered over it. That's even more sad. His lordship is still indisposed. Will you speak to Lady Brumwell? Yes, thank you. If you give me your card, Mr. Holmes, I'll find out if her ladyship can see you. His behavior seems to improve upon acquaintance. Lady Brumwell will see you. Please enter. Okay, here we go. This is the conclusion. Please wait here. Her ladyship will summon you. How about we just follow your ass? Watson, you want to kick this lady's ass or what? Fucking rich people thinking they can do what they want, you know what I'm saying? And, Mr. Holmes, what may I do for you? We have a letter that I believe Lord Brumwell would be very interested in seeing. You are becoming quite tiresome, Mr. Holmes. If you give me the letter, I'll see that Lord Bromwell gets it in due course. This letter is very important, and I insist that I see Lord Bromwell in person. The letter was written by the late Dr. Smithson. Dr. Smithson? Oh my. Perhaps you should see Lord Bromwell after all. He's behind the double doors in his study. Didn't even get him. She knows what's up. You know what I'm saying? Let's save our game, too. Give me a moment to collect my thoughts, gentlemen. Then you shall have my full attention. You're a dick. How about we save it right there? I won't ask you to sit, gentlemen. This, I suspect, will not be a cordial interview. We don't have to pretend to be friends, do we? Quite right, Lord Bromwell. The direct approach is generally most satisfactory. You are doubtless aware of the purpose of our visit. You're making a nuisance. Ugh, God. No, that's not the right you're. You are. So it's Y-O-U''R-E. Making a nuisance of yourself. Disturbing me this way. I don't know why you fellows can't mind. Do not waste my time with trivial prevarications, sir. A young woman's life is at stake. A woman whom I have reason to believe was once very dear to you. Who? Anna Caraway? Never. I barely knew she... Resistance is useless, Lord Bromwell. I have Dr. Smithson's letter. It contains sufficient testimony for any court to convict you of a heinous crime. Smithson was an idiot. I can prove that he was delirious. He was in love. He was insane. He knew nothing about my... Cease and desist, sir. 3 innocent people are dead. Robert Hunt is in custody and will surely hang. Likewise George Blackwood. And you, sir, are as responsible for these 5 deaths as if you had personally put a bullet in their brains. Will you see Anna Caraway, the mother of your child, dead as well? Smithson tried to ruin me, ruin my reputation, and that bungler Blackwood, and Hunt, the moron. I'm surrounded by incompetents and hopeless lunatics. I should have done it myself. I was a fool. I've destroyed the only thing I ever loved. Do you know where Hunt has taken Anna? No. Have you tried his flat? We don't know where he lives. There's a place on the Lambeth Road, number 252. Will you come with us to Scotland Yard, Lord Bromwell? Give me the dignity of turning myself in, if you would, Mr. Holmes. Whatever, bro. Like you deserve that. You have no dignity. Why isn't it letting me type here? Whatever, it's not letting me type for some reason. Trying to type it. Oh, whatever. Why can't I... Whatever. Save. Yeah, it's not gonna let me. Whatever. Now I can't save. Fine. I don't know what I just did, but hey. Whatever. Nice, right? Okay, so... see. When you're rich, you can do cool shit like this, right? Nice, it's unlocked. Pretty convenient. No? What the hell? I heard it all. I knew it would come to this. Lies, deceit, murder. Where will it end? His lordship left the study in a hysterical state. He said he'd never be taken alive, that he would do away with himself rather than suffer humiliation of exposure. I don't know what I'll do without him. We will try to find Lord Brumwell and prevent him from doing anything rash. You have any idea where he would have gone? No, I have no idea. Please find him. I don't know what I'll do without him. We're on our way, my lady. Ah, this sucks, right? Ah, go out there. Here we go. There he is. Mr. Holmes! Mr. Holmes! I've found him! Please help me stop him. Yeah, whatever. Just let him die. Do it! Ah, he won't be successful. Nice. Get him, Holmes. And Holmes died too. He took him with him. The end. Brumwell was a bad sort, but I hate to see anyone die that way. I'm glad you didn't succumb to the same fate. I was becoming quite worried when you didn't surface for such a long time. I stayed down as long as I could. It was just too dark and murky under the water to find him. Such a waste of life. Yes, indeed, Watson, but we must focus our attention to the case before us, lest we lose yet another life. Anna Carraway is still missing. Quite so, Holmes. Alright, let's go. Game is afoot. Alright, let's go to Robert Hunt. We gotta find Anna. So everybody's dead or in jail, so nobody can kill her, I guess. I mean, that's good, right? Alright, where's this guy's house? I think he lived like next to this douchebag, right? So he could do his bidding right proper. Yeah, we're literally almost at the end. We've got like 2 things to do and then we're done with the game, guys. Hope you liked it. Hope you liked it. Alright. So now we gotta go. A drawerless nightstand serves a single function in Hunt's decor. It's a surface for a small book to rest upon. This book is a handwritten diary or journal. There are pages with writing on them. Those pages with writing on them are dated. The dates are not consecutive. The writing is almost illegible. Hunt's handwriting is as bad as a certain physician of my intimate acquaintance. There's a lot of meandering bilge about the alignment of planets and the sun being in the 7th house. Every so often, a time and date appear, along with some scribbling. It's like an appointment book. Wait a moment. Here, on the last page, it says, Mercury's in retrograde. A good day for something or other than take R to Rose, and finally, see LB. LB must be Lord Brumwell, but who is Rose? I think it may be Madame Rose the fortune teller. Okay, wait. Where the hell? Let's see what else. Should we pick that up? Wait. Small bed with a green quilt. A chamber pot. Yay, let's look at his chamber pot. Ew, we looked at it. A white porcelain chamber pot. Ew. Oh, it's filled with half penny pieces. He's got money in it. Okay, that's interesting. Hey. There's supposed to be a pawn ticket in here somewhere. Alright. Maybe this? Thunder and the straight razor. Maybe if we just pick it up, it comes out. Because there's supposed to be like, try to pick it up. Unless we have it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so you pick up the bookmark and then you have a pawn ticket. You go back to the guy, and that's literally like the third to last thing that we do. Alright, where was that? Oh, he's literally right there. He's like down the street, this guy. He lives near him. That's cool. There we go. So you give him the bookmark, and it's a pawn ticket. Thank you. Hey, what do you give us for it? That'll be 20 quid. Alright. What do we have here? Oh. So it's a small ornate key. Okay, these people are crazy, but they have really cool ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they have the key to wherever this chick is locked up, and now, yeah, pretty cool. So now we need to go see Madame Rosa. Yeah, this is like 2 things away from the end, guys. We're totally done. Oh my god, go away, bitch. Like, we're done with Chaz. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We already bought your flowers. We need no more flowers. Oh, she's gone, huh? I'm gonna look at it first. The crystal ball captures and reflects the flickering light supplied by the candles in the gas fixture above the table. The effect provides a little mystery to an otherwise ordinary room. Here we go. Pick up. Silver key. Alright, so we got the key. Okay, what the? Large wooden bookcase. Okay. Oh. Okay, do we go up there? No, go back in there, yo. Okay, so we don't need to go up there, but there's some kind of box that we have to open somewhere. Let me see. Oh, wait, okay. Here we go. Move the candle, and then you use the key on that. This shit is so crazy, right? I can't believe I figured all this out on my own without a walkthrough when I was a kid. It's crazy. This lady's gonna be like, who was in my shit? This small piece of paper appears to be a receipt for rental of some property down at the Savoy Street Pier. There's a small note attached. It reads, Rosa, please keep this in a safe place. R.H. You know where we're going. Watch this trick again with the flowers. I know, I know. Okay, now, the pier. Now we're at the very end of the game, guys. Alright, here we go. Back to one of our very first items. Oh, please tell me I didn't forget it. Did I? Tell me I forgot to pick it up. Where is it? Are you kidding me? Did I forget to pick it up? I think I forgot to pick it up. Hang on. Like in the beginning of the game. Tell me I forgot. We have to go get it, the iron bar. Hopefully it's still there. Yep, there it is. I can't believe I forgot it, like in the beginning of the game. It's not like we needed it anyway, I'm just saying. Alright, so now we're at the end. All I gotta do is use this bad boy, and then we're done with the case of the serrated scalpel. Okay. So we're gonna use it. Use iron bar on the door. And now let's watch. Sit back and watch what happens. There she is. I've lit the fuse, Watson. Step sharply or we're in for it. You get Miss Carraway, I'll deal with the bomb. I wouldn't recommend it, Watson. Leave it for the police. And leave this mess to explode accidentally? I can't do that, Holmes. Oh no, Watson! You saved my life! I'm sorry your friend didn't. Nah, he's alright, don't worry. Watson! My hat. I don't know what's happening. I am profoundly sorry. Nonsense, Holmes. It was my decision to try to defuse the bomb. It was, actually. We did tell you to leave like 6 times. You can't take responsibility for my folly. No, we can't. Very generous of you, old friend. What happened? As must be obvious to the world's greatest detective, I failed to stop the burning fuse from reaching the black powder. And then what? Because you're alive. Just when I saw how dire my situation had become, I saw a trap door in the floor. I jumped inside and saved my life. And a good thing, too. I would have been seriously displeased had you been injured. You would have been all lonely, with no suck-up to follow him around. As would I, I'm sure. She should have just, like, hired him. It would have been fine, like, if they hired him in the beginning. Good day, gentlemen. Very good of you to come. Let's speak softly so we don't disturb the boy. Your spirits appear much improved since last we met, Mr. Farthington. Your reputation for perspicacity is not undeserved, Mr. Holmes. My profound thanks for your efforts on behalf of Miss Carraway. I presume that Dr. Smithson's letter was all you had hoped it would be. Indeed, Mr. Holmes, as you see, I have already been able to reunite mother and son on the strength of it. Very gratified to hear it. Justice has been served. What has become of Lady Brumwell? We received word last night that the unhappy woman expired from apoplexy. Apoplexy? I don't know what that is. Perhaps it's for the best. What are your plans, Miss Carraway, if I may ask? Of course you may, Mr. Holmes. You and Dr. Watson saved my life, after all. I will continue singing at the opera. Paul will come to live with me on Bunhill Street. We shall try to be very happy. As for Mr. Caruso, we shall have to see. Very wise, I should say. You know, of course, that your sister's killer has been convicted. Thanks to you and Dr. Watson. I understand it is, however, a small consolation. Somehow I feel responsible for Sarah's death. Nonsense, Miss Carraway. If you'll excuse me for saying so, Blackwood had no idea that the pendant contained the letter he was looking for. He blundered into its theft, and he will pay for his error with his life. Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Watson, we should take our leave. A moment more of your time, gentlemen, if I may. Dr. Watson, I have read your accounts of Mr. Holmes' exploits, and I presume that you have kept a record of this case as well. I have, indeed. I wonder if I might prevail upon you to withhold or at least postpone the publication of your journal for the sake of the boy and his mother. I will consider it, Mr. Farthington. Then I will bid you good day. Okay. So, there you go. Ended nicely for two people. And Holmes can chill for a while until the next one, right? He's gonna play his violin. Watson's gonna do whatever he does, kissing his ass. So, does your account of this mystery come to a satisfactory conclusion, Watson? As good as could be hoped for, Holmes, considering 3 innocent lives were lost. Indeed. And more's the pity, but we did unravel a muddle that flummoxed Scotland Yard. We apprehended the 2 vicious criminals, and best of all, we reunited a mother with her son. I would like to have seen Lord Bromwell in the dock, but he submitted himself to a higher authority. May they all receive their just reward. Amen to that, Holmes. I'm glad it's over. This was a most peculiar and troubling case. It was a long time before I realized that all our investigations were related. Sarah's murder, Anna's abduction, and the killing of Frederick Gardner in Moorhead were in a sense all the same crime. I suspected that you knew the pendant was the crux of the case much earlier than I. I think that is a just and succinct summation, Watson. Amazing, Holmes. Should I live 100 years, I'm sure I shall never meet your equal. My thanks, Watson, but don't be too certain. There is a master criminal who thinks he is already more than a match for me. No doubt we shall have to deal with him in time. There it is. We're done. No credits, because, yeah. We're in this here. We're in DOSBox. Okay. And it's not like, like I said, I didn't get this from Steam. It's not available on Steam. I got it in abandonware, so I don't know the deal with that whole situation. I think it's, like, weird. Anyway, there you have it. Sherlock Holmes, Case of the Serrated Scalpel, one of my favorite games from my childhood. I hope y'all enjoyed this one, because I certainly did, going back to it. I wish we could have had sound, but whatever, still good. And I will go back and play the darts and make, like, a short video on that, like how you play that if you would like to play this yourselves. So with that said, if you are joining me live or watching this later, thank you so much for your support. I might just do Sims this weekend. I don't know if I'm gonna do any retro. I've done so much retro, like, it's crazy. I kind of want to play Dead Rising, to be honest. I don't know. There's, like, a remastered Dead Rising I might do that I'm really excited about that just came out on Steam, like, yesterday. So anyway, I'll figure something out, and hopefully you guys will love it. And I will see y'all in the next one. Enjoy your Friday. Bye.